So with the case all painted up, let's start putting it together. There's the bottom panel, and here's some trusty pop rivet gun that I've got here, and also I've got some rivets which I bought a pack of 500, and they're 3.2mm by 6mm, and as you could tell they were black. Now there's the hard drive bays. Apologies for the sound quality, I've got man flu or hay fever or whatever you want to call it. So I've put in a few rivets already. And as you can see, they look quite good, much better than the silver ones that you can get. Now onto the CD bays, and make sure that you put it on the right way round, otherwise all sorts of things go wrong and don't line up. And a few more rivets going in now. And then onto the back panel, again that's been sprayed up, and the motherboard backplane as well, in the nice Dayglow green. Hopefully these rivets won't stand out as much on the black background. And as you can see, I'm just squeezing them in a little bit, not clipping them off, just so I make sure that it's all lined up correctly. And there they are, all done. Fantastic. So we'll just mount that on the back of the case now. A little bit of a tight squeeze, but managed to get it in there. And then these few rivets on the bottom just to give it some kind of strength while I'm playing around. Onto the front panel. I've done nothing with the front panel at all, not even taken the optical drive bay blanking plates out yet. I'll be doing that later on. Haven't really decided which ones I'm going to be using yet. There's quite a few rivets holding this front panel on, so I've tried to speed it up as best I can. But I figure, seeing as you watch me take them all out, you might as well watch me put them all back in again. Give you something to talk about when you're reading it anyway, or whinge at me about. Along with how long it's been since the last video update. Apologies for that. Work and this man flu has just thrown me for a loop, and just not had time to do hardly anything really. So we're nearly all done with all these flaming rivets, millions of them. Good job I got loads. So onto the back panel, motherboard mount. I've sprayed that as well, so that's shiny black instead of the nasty grey that it was. There's rivets all over this flaming thing. Every time you think you've done them, you find another hole, and you go, oh damn it, I should have put another rivet in there, like these two up here in the top corner. It holds the CD drive bays or optical bays to the tray, gives it some support, and some at the bottom as well. It's a good job I got plenty of rivets. As I say, I got a bag of 500 rivets for about £14 shipped. I'll be putting the link on this post when I post the video. And yet more rivets going in the bottom to make it a little bit more stable. Nothing worse than trying to mount something on a dodgy surface. So we've got the power supply support, I suppose. They just screw in, so that's easy. And just a little bit of knocking there just to get it in the right place, and screw that in as well. There we go. Now all these I/O slots. I've not sprayed them either. I did think about making my own, but I figure as these ones are so well made and they're in black and they're mesh as well, what's the point in me trying to do it when they're already made? And that's them all in. And then we've got the rod in that holds them all together. A little bit fiddly this, just to get everything lined up, but eventually with a little bit of wangling it goes in. There we go. And then these horrible clips that took forever to get off. If only they were this easy to take off. They just put them in on one side, off to one side, and then they just slide in. Make sure you've put all the springs in, otherwise they go everywhere. or you end up with a button that doesn't push, and that's the bottom one in there as well. So I suppose I ought to show you guys what it looks like. I've put in the hard drive caddies as well, and I'll be doing some more work on the top panel, which is why it's not attached, and I'll be putting that on at a later date. Cheers for watching, guys. See you next time.